Hey guys, this is Feeding Frenzy 91, and today I'm bringing you the weighted video, which I was actually planning on making to be right before I did my Kenny bio. But since Kenny is one of the last people to die or live, depending on how you look at things, I can't really I can't really wait for till then because I just found out yesterday that we're gonna get a secret reveal on tomorrow or today, depending on when you watch this video, and they may reveal that Kenny's alive. So before that happens, or they may reveal that he's dead. Before that happens, I want to make this video. Plus, the game comes out next week, so, or week after, whenever the game comes out. So, anyway, we're just gonna talk about Kenny evidence, I believe, whether he's alive or dead. I'm gonna really analyze his death because what I realized is that people just say things. People are like, "Oh, Kenny could survive. Kenny could have survived by this and that," but nobody really has taken, well, nobody I've seen has taken a deep and look at Kenny's death and really just picked at the evidence for both sides, whether he's dead or alive. Now, the thing about that is that when I actually played through the game again, I noticed some things I didn't notice the first time because I was trying to pay attention. I'm like, wait a minute, I think Telltale's hinting at us something, and I'm gonna actually show them in this video the things I think Telltale was hinting at. Now, let's start with of course, I've saved Ben in this video, but if you didn't save Ben, then Kenny actually has two death scenes, which is very strange because he's one of the, well, I think he actually may be the only character to have two death scenes. If you didn't save Ben, Kenny falls into this room, and he supposedly dies, but that's way too easy because Kenny just falls into a dark room. It's easy to say he could have survived that. Let's go to the other death scene where he actually, if you save Ben. Alright, now, the first piece of evidence I actually have of Kenny being alive would be Kenny's speech. And I'm going to play the speech for you right now.
No, Lee. She left me. A son. People that cared about us. I forgive her, but it don't make it any less wrong. You don't just end it because it's hard. You stick it out, and you help the folks you care about. So let's figure a way out of here and get that little girl.
So does that sound like a guy who's going to commit suicide? No, that sounds like a guy. I think that was a hint to us to say that Kenny was not going to just give up and not going to just die. Now, even though obviously he says that when with Ben, he says this is if you save Ben, Kenny has to go try to rescue Ben from the balcony, right? Now, people said there were sewers, there may have been, a secret door or something. Now, if you look around closely, you see none of that. There are no sewer. There's because if there was a sewer pipe, that would be the first thing that I would think of, since they know the sewers since they've been through them before, and so with that, it would be easy for Kenny to have escaped. But there are no sewer pipes. There are no secret doors that I see. There's nothing that I can see around Ben that indicates that Kenny could have escaped from that. But what we do have, if you just noticed from the screenshot before, is an abundance of windows. Okay? We have an abundance of windows. Now they're all boarded up, but if you realize, if you look at when the walkers took down the mansion, that's not the strongest wood. That's rotted. Even if you look at from the wall in the mansion, that wood has rotted because no one's been taking care of it. If these boards were put up at the beginning of the outbreak, then the wood could have easily been molded. Termites could have gotten to it, and if you look from the mansion, the wood is very weak. So that wood being there might as well not be there. Might as well just be a bunch of empty windows. Anyway, let's go to some further evidence of whether he's alive or dead. My next piece of evidence is another recording, but this one we're just going to watch it and we're going to see whether it actually shows that Kenny may still be alive. I'll play it now.
Yeah! Damn it, Kenny! Ah! God damn it!
Oh, fuck! Kenny, please!
Did you see it? No? Alright. I'll play it again just for those of you who may have not heard what I'm trying to get you to hear. Let's go.
Yeah! Damn it, Kenny! Ah! God damn it!
Oh, fuck! Kenny, please!
So you still still didn't hear it? Exactly. You don't hear anything. You don't hear any Kenny screaming, Kenny begging for his life. Now, before you guys say Kenny's a tough guy, even if he's being mauled to death by walkers, he could still say nothing. Let's take a moment to appreciate what happens to people when they are mauled to death by walkers. I think I got the message across. No matter how tough Kenny is, he should have screamed at his death, yet he didn't. Which I think implicates that he is still alive, that he did not get mauled to death by a group of walkers. He didn't let a sound out in either scenario. Let's just look at this other piece of evidence, though. If you look at the whole Kenny's supposed death scene in slow motion, at the end of the scene, you're going to notice that Kenny's hat passes right by Lee's left shoulder. Kenny doesn't even bother to shoot Ben, aim at Ben. He just quickly shoots and books it to the left side. Now, what was on the left side? An abundance of windows. Now, of course, Kenny would have had to know they were there and planned to escape by them for this to make any sense. But because it couldn't have just been spur of the moment think with all those walkers around him. So maybe Kenny didn't survive. But let's take a close look at something that Kenny says only if you tell him that Katjaa wouldn't want this.
I either save the kid or I get to see her. Either way. Now get back up there.
So Kenny planned all along to save the kid. People think Kenny was basically just committing suicide, but by that statement it is clear that Kenny's initial plan was to get Ben out of there. Now, because obviously he had to think of another way out. Why? Because he just locked the gate, which is the only way out we see. Which means Kenny initially had in his head another way out with Ben once he freed him. Alright, now, I mean, even Lee can say that Kenny may still be alive.
Well, maybe he did get away. I don't know.
So, gathering all that evidence, I would have to conclude that Kenny survived that attack, that Kenny escaped. This is my basic assumption. Kenny knew that he didn't have much time to save Ben, but he knew at the same time he needed Lee to get out of there. So he locks the gate, which is the only way out, which we see, but he actually planned initially to get out through one of those windows on the left with Ben, which is why he tries to fight the walkers on the right side first. So he can hurry up, get Ben out on the left side, on the windows on the other apartment, which is actually below where Lee and Kristen then would be standing. Now, obviously, he instead shoots Ben because he realizes that he can't save Ben. So instead he shoots him, quickly makes a run at one of those windows, breaks the rotting wood, and escapes. That's the only conclusion I can come up with, other than, of course, him being eaten to death by walkers, but somehow remaining silent while doing so. And somehow, also, if you notice, the horde is only eating. We hear it eating, but we don't see it attacking the left side. We just see the horde gathered around Ben's body. So, what are your thoughts? Do you think that Kenny's alive? Do you think that Kenny's dead? In any case, we'll probably all find out by next week, unless they will, of course, only release episode 1 and they plan on bringing him back or explaining his situation in a further episode. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and God bless.